Hello and welcome to Senior Healthy Aging channel. Today we are bringing you the latest research on senior health and mobility. Today we're discussing something rarely talked about but incredibly important for anyone over 60. Have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts with exercise and nutrition, your legs still feel weaker than before? Why do stairs seem steeper? Why does getting out of a chair take just a bit longer than it used to? Many attribute these changes simply to aging, but what if I told you certain foods in your diet might be silently contributing to this decline? Specifically, some fruits that you've been told all your life are healthy could actually be undermining your leg strength and mobility. That's right, not all fruits are beneficial for seniors. As our bodies change with age, our nutritional needs change too. What once nourished us can sometimes begin to harm us, particularly when it comes to joint health and leg strength. Why this matters? As a specialist in geriatric nutrition with over 15 years of clinical experience, I've observed patterns among my patients that medical literature is only beginning to document. Certain fruits contain compounds that can increase inflammation, affect blood sugar regulation, and ultimately impact mobility in older adults. This isn't about eliminating fruits altogether. They remain vital sources of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Rather, it's about making informed choices specific to your stage of life. Today, I'll share evidence-based insights about 7 common foods that may be silently affecting your leg strength, along with healthier alternatives that can actually support joint health and mobility. Before we continue, remember that individual responses to foods vary. What affects one person significantly might have minimal impact on another. If you have specific health conditions or concerns, always consult with your healthcare provider about dietary changes. Fruit. 1. Pineapple. Let's begin with pineapple, tropical, juicy, and known for its bromelain content, which many associate with anti-inflammatory properties. What research shows? While bromelain does have anti-inflammatory properties in certain contexts, pineapple presents 2 significant concerns for seniors. First, pineapple is highly acidic with a pH of around 3.24. This acidity can exacerbate inflammation in those already experiencing joint issues or arthritis. Studies published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging suggest that highly acidic foods may contribute to increased inflammatory markers in older adults with pre-existing joint conditions. Compromise microcirculation in extremities. Reduce oxygen delivery to leg muscles. Contribute to inflammation in joint tissues. What seniors report, many of my patients have noticed: increased stiffness in knees and ankles after consuming pineapple, worsening of pre-existing joint discomfort. Additionally, pineapple's bromelain can interact with certain medications, particularly blood thinners, potentially altering their effectiveness, something especially relevant for many seniors taking multiple medications. Fruit. 2. Bananas. Next, let's discuss bananas, a staple in many seniors' diets due to their reputation for being easy to digest and rich in potassium. What science tells us is bananas contain approximately 14 g of sugar per medium fruit and have a moderate glycemic index of 51. However, their high carbohydrate content can pose challenges for seniors in several ways. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicates that foods with rapidly digestible carbohydrates can contribute to insulin resistance over time, particularly in older adults whose metabolic function is already declining. Concerning symptoms which seniors who regularly consume bananas might experience: increased joint stiffness after consumption. This doesn't mean bananas are inherently unhealthy. They simply may not be optimal for maintaining leg strength and joint flexibility in adults over 60. Fruit. 3. Grapes. Now let's examine grapes. Small, convenient, and often considered a harmless snack. Research findings. Grapes contain high concentrations of natural sugars, primarily fructose, with about 15 g per cup. Research published in the European Journal of Nutrition demonstrates that fructose metabolism produces significantly more uric acid than other sugars. Elevated uric acid levels are directly associated with showing the cobwebs are reduced flexibility, increased pain during movement, reduced walking endurance, contribute to microvascular inflammation. Circulation impact. For seniors already experiencing age circulatory changes, watermelon's effect on blood glucose can further compromise circulation to the extremities, particularly the legs. Fruit. 4. Watermelon. Watermelon. Refreshing, hydrating, and seemingly innocent due to its high water content. Scientific perspective. Despite its high water content, about 92%, watermelon has a surprisingly high glycemic index of 72, higher than table sugar. This means it causes rapid blood sugar spikes followed by inflammatory responses. Research in the Journal of Applied Physiology shows that such glucose fluctuations can damage small blood vessels that supply leg muscles, reduce nutrient delivery to joint tissues, contribute to microvascular inflammation. Many older adults report experiencing increased leg fatigue after consuming watermelon, swelling around ankles and feet, reduced walking endurance. The perception gap. Because watermelon feels light and refreshing, many seniors consume large portions without realizing the sugar content. A single slice can contain 10 to 15 g of sugar, and many people easily eat multiple slices in one sitting. Fruit. 5. Oranges. Let's examine oranges, widely consumed for their vitamin C content and promoted as immune-boosting. Research insights. Oranges, and especially orange juice, contain high levels of citric acid, along with approximately 9 g of sugar per medium fruit. Studies in the Journal of Inflammation Research have identified connections between citrus acids and increased inflammatory markers in individuals with pre-existing joint sensitivity. For seniors with existing inflammation or arthritis, citric acid can irritate sensitive joint tissues, exacerbate inflammatory responses, contribute to morning stiffness. The breakfast connection. Many seniors consume orange juice daily with breakfast, creating a consistent pattern of exposure. Research from the Arthritis Foundation suggests that this regular intake of acidic citrus can have cumulative effects on joint comfort and flexibility. Symptom patterns. Seniors who regularly consume oranges or orange juice often report increased difficulty with initial movement in the morning, progressive stiffness in knees and hips, heightened sensitivity in previously injured joints. This doesn't diminish the nutritional value of oranges, but suggests that alternatives might better serve seniors prioritizing leg strength and mobility. Fruit. 6. Green apples. Green apples, crisp, tart, and often perceived as the healthier apple option. Scientific analysis. Green apples contain significant amounts of malic acid, which gives them their characteristic tartness. Research in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition indicates that malic acid can increase joint sensitivity in individuals over 60, particularly those with existing inflammatory conditions. Additionally, green apples still contain approximately 15-20 g of sugar, primarily fructose, which contributes to uric acid production, can exacerbate joint inflammation. They aggravate existing arthritis symptoms. Nighttime impacts. Interestingly, research from sleep medicine journals has identified connections between evening consumption of acidic fruits like green apples and increased reports of nighttime leg cramps and restless legs in seniors. Observable patterns. Many older adults report increased hip and knee discomfort after regular green apple consumption. Morning stiffness that correlates with apple intake. First, dog collar. Reduced comfort during extended walking. The combination of acids and natural sugars makes green apples potentially problematic for seniors focused on maintaining leg strength and mobility. Fruit 7. Mangoes. Finally, let's discuss mangoes. Sweet, tropical, and extremely popular. Research findings. Mangoes contain approximately 30 g of sugar per fruit, one of the highest sugar contents among common fruits. Studies in the Journal of Diabetes Research have shown that such concentrated natural sugars can cause pronounced blood glucose spikes, followed by inflammatory responses. For seniors with age changes in insulin sensitivity, mangoes can contribute significant inflammatory cascades, composition to extremities, exacerbate existing joint discomfort. Portion considerations. Because mangoes feel light and refreshing, portion control becomes challenging. Their sweet flavor and soft texture make them easy to consume in larger amounts than intended. Reported effects. Seniors who regularly eat mangoes frequently report increased swelling in feet and ankles, heightened sensitivity in toe joints, and reduced stability and balance after consumption. This doesn't make mangoes bad. They contain valuable nutrients including vitamins A and C. However, seniors concerned with maintaining leg strength might consider alternatives. Healthier alternatives. Now that we understand which fruits might compromise leg strength, let's explore better options for seniors wanting to maintain mobility and joint health. 1. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, rich in anthocyanins that actively reduce inflammation, blowing the cobwebs on a daily basis, typically below 40. High fiber content that moderates sugar absorption. Research in the Journals of Gerontology shows correlations between regular berry consumption and improved mobility measures in seniors. 2. Cherries. Contain compounds that naturally lower uric acid levels. They reduce inflammatory markers according to studies in the Journal of Nutrition. Particularly beneficial for those with joint sensitivity. Best consumed in small portions, 8 to 10 cherries. 3. Avocados. Technically fruits, contain healthy monounsaturated fats, rich in compounds that actively reduce inflammation, low sugar content, and extremely low glycemic impact. Studies show correlation with improved joint flexibility. 4. Papaya. Contains papain, an enzyme that aids protein digestion and reduces inflammation. Low glycemic index when consumed ripe. The research in nutrition research has found correlations with reduced inflammatory markers. 5. Pears. Contain soluble fiber that moderates sugar absorption. Lower acid content than many fruits. Protein further reduces glycemic impact. Studies show better tolerance among seniors with joint sensitivity. Each of these alternatives delivers nutritional benefits without compromising leg strength and joint health. Including these fruits in your diet, especially when replacing the potentially problematic fruits we discussed earlier, can help maintain mobility and independence. As we've seen today, not all fruits affect seniors the same way. Making informed choices about which fruits to include in your diet can significantly impact your leg strength, joint comfort, and overall mobility. Remember, this isn't about eliminating fruit. It's about choosing options that support your body's current needs. Small, sustainable changes in your diet can lead to meaningful improvements in how you feel and move. I encourage you to experiment with the alternatives we've discussed, perhaps replacing one potentially problematic fruit at a time and observing how your body responds. Keep a simple journal noting your joint comfort and energy levels as you make these adjustments. Thank you for joining me for this important video. If you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel for more evidence-based insights on maintaining health and vitality in your senior years. Remember, your mobility is precious, and often the choices that protect it are simpler than you might think.